Hello everyone, this is Mahbube and I'm with you with another episode of our new world documenting the situation of the COVID-19. I'm talking to you from Manchester. Today is the 13th of May, year 2020, and we are basically experiencing some hard time with a new virus called COVID-19. In today's update, the lockdown is going to be a bit eased up. The restrictions gonna be a bit eased up at the moment, and the messages, which to be honest, I don't really understand the messaging during the lockdown, but the new message is stay alert, control the virus, and save lives, which means that everybody have to definitely make sure that they use the social distancing 2 meters apart. They can go out as much as they can. The people who can go back to work and they can't work from home, they can go back to work. And there is so many confusion around it, because for myself, whatever, even I'm kind of searching different sort of resources, I still don't get it, because I feel like it's there is not much detail of understanding these meters. Not there is detail. There is, I think, a few pages explaining it, but I think the aspects and the reasons and the effect and the impact of them is not a bit clear for myself. And so this is the situation we are in. I'm still working from home, and I know that so many of the people I know working from home, and still the people are dealing with losing the jobs, impacts on the businesses, the economy, and everything, and people are worried about their opportunities, especially in the art sector. We don't know about events, theater, productions, gigs, just things about, just in the music sector, performing arts sector, just everything is just a still question mark. The people and the artists, just in my sector, they're coping well. Just have, just still interesting Zoom meetings, very great sessions that we are following up, and but it's still not clear about the fact that how we're gonna go back to the situation of the gatherings, because like in the performing arts sector there needs to be like people, audience, and yeah, we just it's not clear. And the death rate is more than 32,000 now. And just again, a very very deep condolences to the people who lost their loved ones, and also a big thank you to the NHS. I'm still on this sort of adjusting the situation, but kind of understanding that we have to sort of change the way that we are living. I talked about the way that kind of our structure and the routine of life has been interrupted, and I'm still sort of getting used to it, as like so many of you. I've kind of started to think about that, how we need to be easy on ourselves, how we need to be more kind. And I think it's a bit hard to navigate between the updating with the news, what's going to happen. Because for example, I don't check the news, but I have to check the news about going out and what is the rules, because you're going to get fined. And it seems like with easing restrictions also the fines went up. I don't know the link between it, but it seems like yes, they're easing the restrictions, but also fines are going up even more than £3,000. So you have to be careful and make sure that you're following the rules, and that's where there is a big confusion. And I want to talk about this confusion. I want to talk about the question marks that we are facing in this situation. To me, the confusion starts from the the impact of restrictions itself, and the fact that when there are restrictions, are there any, just the same as a restriction, are there any sort of like actions of the consequences of the restriction, which that was not the case, because I'm talking to you about the area that I work in, working with women, and I talked about the abuse against women that rise up, and how there is no like priority action plan, a necessary sort of emergency action plan against it. And also we are looking at children that they are not safe during the lockdown, and there are other sort of consequences with the mental health of people. Sorry. Mental health of people, and how it impacted them, and when they are losing job, they are losing income, and how we're gonna help them, how we're gonna sort of support them not going through a trauma, and also the people with mental health issues that lockdown is not well. So there is so many things that I guess with a few messages and that sort of basic action plan, it wouldn't it's not working that much. So I've been also following the news about the new hospitals. I remember that, you know, just there's a build of hospital Nightingale with 4,000 bed. Has it been used? It's been not used, and I've been listening to my lovely friend Hafsa, who've been reading this amazing piece about specifically of these sort of actions which didn't work, or there was like question mark to kind of say that why, you know, just been those certain actions been made, and what was the benefit or what was the result and outcome. And it's disappointing that we've sort of experiencing this situation, and how this situation could be basically stopped. And what really also hurtful is that I don't know if, I think some of you definitely have listened to this TED talk by Bill Gates 5 years ago, and I think because of the pandemic it became so viral, and he actually explained that how we should be ready for the outbreak that we are experiencing now. And I've been just counting in my head, like, you know, just the structures, the actions that could be take in 5 years for today, and why it hasn't been. So to me, like a very basic part of life as human being is that we always talk about something and we never take action because we don't care deep inside. Like the hardcore of that content is like we don't care. So I've been listening to that TED talk by Bill Gates again, and as I've told you, just a very basic counting, structure wise, and action plan wise, in 5 years about the outbreak today. So these are the things that I think today we can take lessons from for the future, and we have to take the lessons from, because there was a it's very harsh to say, but I feel like it was like a biggest slap to the face of humanity, that what is going on now, and why we've, like, regarding like how we woke up, like, okay, a pandemic, virus, healthcare system, there are other things that we have to look for. We have to we shouldn't be ignoring them. There are factors that we can take and change some of the system that needs to be completely changed foundation wise. So for example, I've been reading this amazing changing the system in New Zealand, that now they're going to completely sort of looking at how they can support the healthcare system, how they can support the people, you know, completely a change of plan in government to support and starting to actually act differently to support these areas that came into surface now, being visible, that we have to care, we have to put more resources in, we have to take more action. And okay, now starting to doing it, starting to look at those structures. In my previous videos, I talked about ourselves, that we are experiencing like new feelings, new reactions, feelings that hurt us because we feel scared, worry. This is not a situation to be prepared for. And I've talked about how we can support that to in a certain way that just comes with my experience in art and just workshops and things that I do. But at the same time now I really kind of question that how in bigger scale of our society, how much change we have to make. And definitely communities supporting each other, and I'm really sort of expecting that these changes has to become like an important matter to share with people. And I myself, I want to use that also as a message in my works, to hopefully we don't forget and we've kind of raised awareness about that. I know that there is also that sort of hopeless negative part of, okay, it's not going to happen, okay, we've kind of, there's a dark situation, all the things that we see now, but those negative moments, that's not going to work for me. So I look at the positive and what actions that can be done in order to make system a better sort of platform for the action for the society. And basically all these important matters that we are ignoring. And I've really sort of been touched and moved by for example what New Zealand has been doing and their prime minister. So yeah, that's what's been happening now. And I'm still confused about these state alerts and how that's gonna work. But hopefully things will change into a positive future for us. It's more confusing because also Scotland and Wales, they are not following that. So if you get into the border of Scotland or Wales, you cannot go in there because in Wales and Scotland it's a still stay at home. So it's not like you can go out as much as you can drive there. No, it's just a follow up that you might get fined £3,000, more than £3,000. So yeah, that's it basically about this week's video. I hope you enjoy it, and if you've got any questions, if you wanna sort of any comment that is important you would like me to say that or raise that, or even just talk about in the video, let me know. And I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you in my next video.